Need a festive meal in a flash?
Festive meal holiday.
When company is on the way and you're short on cooking time, this delicious and satisfying menu will surely impress.
Company is on the way.
With a colorful array of bountiful fare, my stuffed pepper supper will be savored by omnivores and vegans alike. Then Julieanna Hever joins me to make a festive appetizer.
Bell peppers are wonderful sources of vitamin C. So these are good for any time of the year just to boost your immune function.
So stay tuned.
Jazzy, you're gonna be healthy with the Jazzy Vegetarian. Jazzy, so snazzy. We're gonna cook something healthy and light. Jazzy, so snazzy.
So join me in the kitchen right now.
We're gonna cook something healthy and light. That's right.
The doorbell's gonna be ringing any minute now, and I've gotta get my party together. I'm gonna be sharing with you my fabulous and really easy to prepare menu. It's gonna be the star of any fun party. My stuffed green bell peppers are a vegan version of my mom's tasty recipe. Then my raw veggie kebabs make a colorful starter. And for a sweet surprise, chocolate Party Parfaits with mocha cream taste sinfully smooth and totally creamalicious without the use of any dairy or any eggs. So stick around while I prepare my simple to prepare stuffed pepper supper. Peppers. My mom used to make a version of these peppers when I was a little girl. I love them. So I said, let me take Mom's pepper recipe, veganize it, and you know what? Make it really, really simple too. Because we're doing quick and easy this season. You know, I don't know about you, but I find myself getting to the end of the day and I look at the clock and I say, oh my gosh, I gotta get supper on the table. I've gotta do it quick. I want it to be nutritious. Of course, I want it to be delicious. So I've prepared all these recipes this season that are quicker, easier, and you're gonna love them. And this stuffed pepper recipe is one of them. So it was New Year's Day. My mother was flying in, and I thought, how am I gonna impress Mom? What am I gonna make? And I've gotta get it done fast. And I started thinking, why don't I take Mom's recipe, veganize it, and I'm gonna serve that for my party tonight, and even the omnivores are gonna love it. And I'll tell you, it was such a big hit. It's only 6 ingredients. Oh yeah. First of all, we need peppers. What I've done is I've gotten some small peppers. You can do these with larger peppers too. So I'm gonna do small servings. I'm gonna do about 7 peppers tonight. You can do up to 8, or you can do 5 or 6, depending on how big you want the servings to be. So let me just get started. I cleaned and cut the tops off of these 4 peppers. But let me just show you how I did this. Just cut off 1 inch or 2 on the top, get my bowl, and then my trusty grapefruit spoon. And you're just gonna cut around that core there, and that's just gonna pop the seeds right out. So let's just do a couple more. I'm gonna take that top right off of there. Save this, don't throw it away. It's great to use for your salad tomorrow. Then we're just gonna scrape out the center seeds, just like that. Perfect. Set that over here. Let's do one more. These are beautiful peppers, by the way. And you know what? If you don't like green peppers, you can do this with yellow peppers, red peppers, orange peppers. And if you don't like peppers, do this with zucchini squash. That's really good. Just slice the zucchini squash lengthwise, scoop out some of the pulp, and stuff that up and make the recipe just like I'm showing you. So if you don't like peppers, use squash. Okay, so what are we gonna put in our stuffing? What Mom used to do when I was a very little girl is she used ground beef. We have to find some kind of a substitute, and a great substitute for meat is seitan. It's based in wheat gluten. It's very high in protein, and it is fantastic if you are a vegetarian or a vegan. Now this is the Italian flavored seitan. If you cannot find it, what you're going to do is you're going to add a teaspoon of Italian seasoning to this recipe. So let's get started putting the casserole together. I'm gonna start off with a casserole that has a nice tight fitting lid on it. And I'm gonna take some of our vegan marinara sauce. I'm just gonna take 1.5 cups of the marinara and spread it over the bottom of the casserole. Now we need another half. Perfect. Now that's what's going to make the sauce that we're going to serve over our pasta and our peppers later. Now I do like to add a little bit of olive oil to this. If you're on a low-fat diet, you can certainly leave the olive oil out. What I have here is 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. Toss it right in your casserole. You can just mix it right in the casserole. You just want to get that olive oil incorporated a little bit. All right, set that back over here. So let's get our stuffing together. I had some leftover long grain cooked brown rice when I first made this recipe, and so that's what I'm using here tonight. And I'm going to put in about 2 cups of the cooked rice. A little more, a little less, perfectly fine for this. There's 1. And you know what? You could also do this with quinoa or millet if you like. Then we've got 16 ounces of Italian-flavored ground seitan, 2 teaspoons of all-purpose seasoning, 2/3 of a cup of the marinara. There you go. So let's just mix this all together. If you just turned on the television and said, oh, she's making a meat stuffing, you would believe it. But it's the seitan, and that's what gives it a really kind of meaty flavor. So let me grab my casserole. And we're going to stuff these peppers to the brim. Just like that. And you just stick the pepper in and stuff it.
Seitan, brown rice, marinara sauce too. Makes a good stuffed pepper, a good stuffed pepper for me and you.
When I buy peppers, I try, if I can, to buy them organic. The night that I first served this dinner, I knew that Mom was going to love the recipe because it was based on her original recipe. But I did have some meat eaters coming over. And I thought, is this going to please them? Are they going to like it? And I got to tell you, they absolutely loved it. Yes, they asked for seconds. Let me just wash off my hands. So it's a really great meal when you have meat eaters coming for dinner. This is really a satiating recipe. So we got to dress them up just a little bit more, add a little bit of jazzy pizzazz, and I just take about a tablespoon of that marinara and put it over the top of each pepper. And that marinara is going to keep the peppers from drying out while they cook. So all we need to do is get that top right on there, and we're going to get them into the oven for 50 to 60 minutes. I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. Now up next, oh yeah, what would a perfect party be without a dessert? A chocolate one at that. It's my chocolate Party Parfaits with mocha cream. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss that. But first, Julieanna Hever, the plant-based dietitian, will help me make our festive appetizers. We're gonna party, a party. We're in our party attire. We're ready to party. We're making my stuffed pepper supper. And what could be better with this menu today than my raw veggie kebabs? And I'm gonna make them with the fabulous Julieanna Hever, and she's the plant-based dietitian. I came up with these one time when I was having some friends from New York City. I wanted to impress them. Of course, I wanted to do something really, really quickly, and I had all of these ingredients in my refrigerator. And basically what we're going to do is take some raw veggies, and we're going to thread them onto some bamboo skewers.
Simple enough.
Yeah, simple enough. We're going to take a veggie that we would normally not think of eating raw, and that is a zucchini.
Yes, I don't normally eat it raw.
Yeah, well, it's great in this, if you wouldn't mind, to just cut some little thin slices with about half of that zucchini. We're starting off with a fresh zucchini and also a sweet red pepper. And we're going to cut half of the red pepper and half of the zucchini. And I'm just going to get those seeds.
Sometimes the best meals come from when you're trying to find what you have in the refrigerator and something to be creative with.
I agree.
Zucchinis are squash, and squash are a nice starchy vegetable. They're filling with low calorie. These have green on them, right? So you've got the chlorophyll and all these wonderful pigments that are antioxidants and anti-inflammatory for you.
I'm just cutting this into chunks. Now, what we're gonna do is thread all of this stuff onto skewers, and then we're gonna make a little sauce for it.
How fun.
And you can kind of just do it how you like. We've got some green olives. We've got some Kalamata olives. We've got some sweet little grape tomatoes. You could certainly do some fabulous cherry tomatoes with this. We've got our zucchini, and we've got our red pepper. And basically, this is a great thing to get the kids involved with.
Kids love to do it yourself, anything that they're doing themselves, and they're going to be more likely to eat it.
Exactly.
Great way to get them to eat some vegetables.
And you're just going to skewer one of everything onto each kebab. It's that easy. And this is a really pretty little appetizer.
I feel like I'm doing jewelry like art.
Yeah,
making,
isn't that
like
gorgeous?
making
And then you're just going to put it on a plate. And let's just do one more. You can get really creative with this. And you can use red pepper, yellow pepper, green pepper. You could use cucumbers instead of the zucchini if you like. You could do broccoli. Your kids like broccoli, right?
My kids like broccoli, and they like cucumber slices.
There you go.
I think this is I'm going to do this when I get home with them. I think they would like that.
It's really, really fun. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut a little basil chiffonade for us. I'm taking some beautiful fresh basil. I'm just going to stack it up here, and I'm going to roll it up, and I'm going to make a chiffonade while you talk about peppers.
Bell peppers, sweet bell peppers, all different types of peppers. They have wonderful different things like capsaicin in there, and those are nice phytochemicals that are very healthy, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Bell peppers are wonderful sources of vitamin C. So these are good for any time of the year just to boost your immune function.
Oh, fantastic. Now look, I have my beautiful basil chiffonade. Isn't
Good
that
job.
pretty, right?
Beautiful.
But we need a sauce, and we're going to make this sauce two different ways, which is why I'm glad you're here today. I'm going to do one with a little olive oil and fresh lemon juice, and then we're also going to do one just with the lemon juice.
Lemon juice is wonderful because it's antiseptic, so it's a good thing to protect your immune function. It's also just got lots of vitamin C, another really good immune booster, and it's detoxifying. You know, it's citrus, it's fresh, it has very strong antioxidant qualities. So the reason it keeps avocado from going brown is because it stops oxidation. And you want that in your body because we love oxygen, we need to breathe, but you don't want to be oxidizing that inside your bloodstream. So we like antioxidants to slow down the oxidation process.
Now, when I'm doing this for a party, I do put a little bit of olive oil in it.
I actually studied olive oil at really deep length in my new book. I recommend minimizing or avoiding oils, but in moderation, like you're saying, if someone's not trying to lose weight or their cholesterol's okay.
Oh, we're having a party.
You're having a party, it's absolutely fine.
Okay, so that's good to know. I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice that I just squeezed, and then I'm just going to take 1 teaspoon of olive oil, just a little bit. But what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pour about a tablespoon of lemon juice right over the top, and that's going to flavor those up beautifully. Then I'm going to go over here and just drizzle this right over the top of these little veggie kebabs.
I think that if it's going to get people to eat their vegetables and you have a little drop of olive oil in there, then it's wonderful. It's a benefit.
Good.
Because people should eat more vegetables. Half your plate should be coming from fruits and vegetables.
Half
your plate.
Okay. To kick it up a notch, to give it that jazzy pizzazz, we got this beautiful basil chiffonade. And we can just be very artful with that. And we just make a really beautiful plate.
It looks like a party on a plate.
It is a party. Well, let's just show everybody what we've just done. Look how easy that was. Our raw veggie kebabs with the fabulous Julieanna Hever. I'm so glad you've been with us here today.
Me too. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's been wonderful.
This was fun.
Now, I've got to get back to cooking the meal. Let's get to making our chocolate party parfaits. Party! We're going to party. We're going to have a good time. Oh, yeah. You know I love a good dessert. You know, I get so many emails, people say, oh, Laura, you just love your dessert, don't you? You know, I do love dessert, but I love dessert on special occasions. Yes, during the week when I want dessert, maybe I have some frozen raspberries, or I have a dish of fresh fruit, or I have a little bit of cereal with some plant-based milk. But I do love dessert for a party, and chocolate is often the mainstay of my dessert. But we need a base for this dessert, and the base is going to be cookies. Now, what I'm using today are some vegan, gluten-free cookies. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the blender, and I'm going to make crumbs out of them. I'm going to end up with about 6 tablespoons of cookie crumbs. Give them a whirl. That's it. And what I have here are some beautiful little glasses, and I'm going to start off by putting about 1 tablespoon of these cookie crumbs in the bottom of each of my little festive glasses. The first time I did this, I actually did do it for a holiday meal. It was around Christmas time, and I wanted something nice and chocolatey. I wanted something really festive. You're going to see how I plate this up. It's really a great surprise. This entire recipe takes only about 10 minutes to put together. So that's step 1. All right, we got to get to our chocolate. What I have here is 1 3.5 ounce chocolate bar. You do want a sweetened bar, not baking chocolate. If you use baking chocolate, you're just going to have a very bitter dessert. But you want to get something vegan, dairy-free. And what I have today is a 70% cacao bar. You could use 55% if you wanted. You could even use 85%. But I like the 70% because it's a little bit sweet, but it still has that nice bitter chocolatey taste that's so great in a chocolate dessert. What you want to do is cut this up. Just a nice sharp knife will do the trick. You want very, very small pieces of this chocolate. Because basically what we're doing is we are going to be pouring this simmering non-dairy milk over the chocolate. That's going to melt the chocolate and make a really great chocolatey base to this. Okie dokie, so what else do we have in this layer of our parfait? What I've done is I've taken 7 to 8 ounces of firm regular tofu. I've put it in a small screened sieve over a bowl, and I'm just going to press that extra water out of it. So let's just get our tofu into the blender. Then we're going to add our chocolate into there. And this is my little jazzy trick. What I have is 1/3 of a cup of plant-based non-dairy milk simmering on the stove. I have soy milk here today. You could use coconut milk, oat milk, rice milk, almond milk, any kind of plant-based milk you want to use. And what you're going to do is pour this right over the top of your chocolate. And you're going to see that it's going to start melting that chocolate instantly. And we're just going to let it blend. Look at how nice and creamy that is. And we're basically just going to divide this. This is fantastic. See how it's nice and fluffy like a mousse? That is what we're looking for. All right, it's looking pretty good. This smells so good. It is so chocolatey. But think about it. No cream, no dairy, no eggs. So we've got the chocolate part of our chocolate parfait. We've got our cookie crumb layer. And what I've done is I've just left about 2 tablespoons of this chocolate mousse in my blender container. And it's going to give a back chocolate taste to our mocha cream. What do we have for our mocha cream? We have our tofu again. And I've got about 7 to 8 ounces of firm regular tofu. And I've let it drain over a small screened sieve. Just pressing that out just a little bit. I'm just going to toss in my tofu and then 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Then what gives it real jazzy kick is some coffee. And I'm just adding 2 tablespoons of a very strong brewed coffee and just blend it till it's nice and creamy. And this is our mocha cream, and it's really the consistency that a whipped cream would be. You're going to see how beautiful this is going to look, just drizzled over as the top layer of our fabulous parfait. What you do want to do is put it into the refrigerator for 4 to 6 hours, or you could make it the night before. What's going to happen if you make it the night before and let it chill is those cookie crumbs are really going to get infused with that mousse, and they're going to soften up a lot. Ooh, that's looking gorgeous. Wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whoa. I'm ready to finish this up for you. I take those same vegan, gluten-free cookies that I had before, and I'm just going to cut them into some pretty little wedges, and then just tuck a piece of the cookie into each parfait. Okay. There we go. That's beautiful. Now, the first time I made this, I had these little gingerbread houses and gingerbread men, and I just tucked them in there. If you were doing this in the summertime, you could use little colored umbrellas, really anything that you wanted to use. You could even do some raspberries on top. You could certainly do some frozen raspberries. That would be really refreshing. But I'm doing this for kind of a winter holiday meal today, so I'm just going to use my little gingerbread men and my gingerbread houses. Oh yeah. These parfaits, they smell so good. I cannot wait to taste them. My stuffed peppers are all done. I'm going to plate them up with some pasta on the side. I'll show you how I'm going to do that in just a minute. And, well, you know what? I get to taste it for you, so please stay tuned. Wow, look at this fabulous stuffed pepper supper. It was so easy to do, too, but doesn't it look just, well, absolutely festive? You've got to agree with me on that. First of all, this is the drink that I'm serving along with this meal. I just have some pretty champagne flutes. This is some regular seltzer and some beautiful fresh raspberries in there. Perfect. Take a sip of that. The raspberries infuse that seltzer. You can do that with plain water too, but it's always something very nice to do, particularly if you're short on time. But let's just look at the star of the show, and it is my stuffed pepper. And what we've done is we made some pasta. I used a 3-color or a tri-color pasta with this, some orange, some green, and just the regular white pasta. And then I've dressed it out with the marinara sauce that was at the bottom of my casserole. And it really makes such a festive presentation, and it makes it really easy too. So let me just take a little taste. Wow, steamy hot. There's that rice in there. There's that seitan that's standing in beautifully for our meat. It's nice and moist, and I guarantee you it's very flavorful too, but I guess I better just check. Oh, wow. It's absolutely amazing. Tastes a lot like those peppers Mom used to make when I was a little girl. You got that seitan standing in for the meat, and that nice, tender, moist stuffing, and that beautiful pepper that's really, really delicious. And here's how I'm serving it up. I just made a green salad along with it. That's really all you need with this meal. A few tomatoes on top, a nice homemade dressing. Really, really simple. All right, but let's get to our dessert. I've been waiting to taste this. Look how pretty this is. I've just plated it up with these red plates that I had these spoons, some fresh raspberries, a nice chunk of that dairy-free vegan chocolate. Here's another way to do it. Just a plain white plate, a little bit of green, a little raspberry with that, and some chocolate. It's really, really good. I can't wait to taste it. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Those crumbs have gotten all infused with that mocha cream and that chocolate mousse filling. This is absolutely fantastic. Nice and creamy, nice and chocolatey. It's got that little pop of mocha in there. Can't wait for you to make this one. Wow, that was really fun. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so honored that you took the time out of your busy schedule to make this quick and easy meal with me. Now remember, the next time you need a festive meal in a flash, be sure to turn to the tasty recipes on today's show. So until next time, be happy, be healthy, and be well from the Jazzy Vegetarian.
Visit our website at jazzyvegetarian.com to connect with Laura, see video clips, find your favorite recipes, and more. Follow Laura on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. Laura Theodore's Vegan Ease includes all of the recipes featured this season and is available for $26.95. The cookbook is enhanced with over 200 beautiful full-color photos and features complete menu plans, shopping lists, and more than 130 recipes. For information or to order, visit jazzyvegetarian.com.
Change, 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 change.